We have taken on many challenges this year in career mode and throughout the FIFA 20 game cycle. This one, however, might just take the cake, posing a threat of being the strangest and most difficult yet, the one color transfer only challenge. We're basically taking a club and signing players based on the color of the team they play for / what shirt they're wearing in their profile picture, if you get what I'm trying to say. In each transfer window, we've set assigned colors which restrict us on what players we can actually sign and limits us to a certain batch of talent, which is going to be interesting. We've got 2 seasons, 4 transfer windows, 4 colors, and we're debuting this challenge with Manchester United. By the end of the 2 seasons, I'm aiming to have a player of each color sector cementing their spot in the starting 11. That is a requirement. In terms of silverware, we want to win the Premier League alongside any other cup silverware along the way. No doubt there's going to be a few teething issues along the way with the debut of a brand new concept and series on the channel, so feel free, leave your feedback down below. What kind of new rules, what kind of new implementations can we introduce to the series if we go ahead and continue it? If you guys go ahead and enjoy it, make sure to slap it a big like down below, subscribe, turn on those notifications, you know what to do. As expected, some colors are going to be easier than others, so we're starting off easy into it with red, and we're sticking with the theme of Manchester United, slowly allowing ourselves to get used to the certain parameters we've been assigned, and this is how the schedule will play out. Obviously, red to start off the summer transfer window. Once we move over to the January transfer window, halfway through season 1, we allow to sign players that fall within the yellow bracket. That one's a bit more niche, that one might be a bit more difficult, but we got to work with what we've got. At the start of season 2, we're going to go in with the color blue, so another primary color, and within the final transfer window, January season 2, we're going to go in for players that play for clubs that are either black or white. That's what we've got to work around. That's what we've got to plan for the years and transfer windows ahead. Here's a look at the side. Obviously, we do need an attacking threat going forward, someone to replace the likes of Martial or Greenwood, because this is a short-term challenge, so we're going to need some short-term replacements. Another midfield presence to complete that 3, and at the back, I'm thinking of another centre-back, another left-back, and even a replacement / backup for David De Gea. So every single department here at Old Trafford needs to be improved upon. The likes of Pereira, McTominay, Lingard, Mata, even Igalo won't even cut it right here. We need to guarantee results, and I want to be successful in this challenge. It's the first time we are pulling something like this off on the channel. I don't want it to be a flop and failure at the first time of asking. Even though this challenge is surrounded by signing different types of players, we are no stranger to selling a few. So, you know, the likes of Andreas Pereira, Phil Jones will add to the shortlist. Jesse Lingard, I know, is an up-and-coming prospect, but he must go on the transfer list as well. Matic will chuck on, even Sergio Romero. It might be time to say goodbye to Juan Mata as well. We'll keep Smaldini and Alexis on loan, even though I'd probably take him back to sell him, but due to the fact we've got a plentiful budget right here of just over £200 million, we've got the world at our fingertips. We have got plentiful resources to absolutely go ham in this transfer window. We've compiled our shortlist together. I think I'm ready to get this underway. Let's see what transfers we can pull off with the color red. Now, I've barely signed this guy this year. Robert Lewandowski. He might be the marksman, the target man we need going forward in the attack. He's going to cost us a pretty penny, though. Definitely, come on, Bayern. You've got to accept that. They're going to think about it. Now, United have been linked with this guy so many times in real life. It was only right if we kick things off with a Thomas Partey approach. £40 million. See what Atletico and Diego Simeone have to say, and he's going to flat out just agree with it. And we love that kind of smooth negotiating. I can't believe that he hasn't moved clubs before. Alexandro Grimaldo, he's still at Benfica. I mean, how is that even possible? He came from the Barcelona Youth Academy, and now we are urging him to join Manchester United. We are keen to upgrade that left-back spot, even though we've had some big deals in the work over the course of the start of this challenge. Our first signing is going to be Alejandro Grimaldo, officially signing on the dotted line. Probably our cheapest out of the lot, 36 million, flat out for the left-back, who'll slot straight in for Luke Shaw. He falls under the red category, coming from Benfica. He looks like he's wearing a United jersey in his profile picture as well, and the 23-year-old will be a lovely, insightful little upgrade at the left back and defensive department as a whole. We are adopting a mentality in this challenge: go hard or go home. We have gone big right here with one of our best red shirt / red club player signings, Robert Lewandowski. I haven't really signed him all too much in career mode. I know he's 30 years old, but the Polish gunslinger is an elite baller. One of Europe's best striker for the past 5 seasons, and we've only got an agreed an £108 million fee for him. There is the majority of our transfer budget just washed down the drain, but hopefully hopefully it is a solid and secure investment. He's become a Red Devil, and I'm sure he's going to be netting goals for days. In what is one of our first player departures right here, it was used to basically raise a bit of capital after we went big on that Lewandowski transfer, and Andres Pereira has left off to Turkey. He's joining Galatasaray for £11.6 million. I'm sure a lot of United fans will be happy about that one. And here we go. It's another one. Bites the dust. Jesse Lingard has moved on over to Wolverhampton Wanderers. He's departed off to the Midlands for £10.9 million. And Jesse Lingard has found a new home at the Molineux. And we're just selling cams for days right here. Crystal Palace have picked up one Matip for £13.6 million. And the veteran, a club favourite, is departing Old Trafford. 3 cams on the trot. We're just on fire right now. It took some more exaggerated negotiating, but finally we secured the deal for Thomas Partey. He's not here to have a party. He's here to play football, and the Ghanaian midfielder is a powerhouse in midfield that we need. The presence that is going to scare other Premier League opposition, and the 26-year-old arrives for £46.8 million. He qualifies bang on for a red transfer. He's wearing a red shirt, obviously, from Atletico Madrid. You know the deal, and we're just spoiled for choice in this color category. Hopefully, we're making the most of it. We're being absolutely ruthless at the moment. That's going to be another sale for Nemanja Matic, £10.7 million. He's off to AC Milan, and that takes us up to about £55.7 million. I think that is going to do it for us in this red color transfer window. We're going to go with Lewandowski, Grimaldo, Partey. We've upgraded every single department besides the goalkeeping spot, like we said we would. I'm going to keep some money in store for January, the yellow color segment of the video. I got something special planned. It's something up my sleeve, and I want to save a bit of cash. For now, it is 3 players coming in throughout this red segment, and I'm pretty satisfied with the business we've been able to do. I'm hoping he can repay us back in some goals come the halfway stage of Season 1. Now, how much work is on our plate come the January transfer window? We're sitting in 5th, okay, Liverpool, Spurs, Man City, and Wolves somehow sitting ahead of us. This is borderline crazy. We're on 7 draws. Arsenal and Chelsea are below us, but that is kind of a shock Premier League table. We got some work to do in this transfer window. And hey, believe it or not, Wolves knock us out of the quarterfinals in the Carabao Cup 5-4 on penalties after it was 2-2. Damn, Wolves are on a damn mission this season. In the Europa League, we made it out of our group, 15 points on top of the table. We are up against Stade Rennais in the round of 32. A European dream is still inside. Now, I know it's probably come to your attention that it is January. It is deadline day. We've got 5 hours left, but it doesn't mean we were not working throughout this yellow transfer window period. We've done a few sales. We've got a bit of business done. With Sanchez Smalling back from loan, we needed to get rid of the deadest of dead wood right here. Even better, we have some more business to take care of, some more business to report on, as Smalling, Jones have also departed alongside Romero, and the Matic was already there from the summer. So 4 sales, and we've gotten the right cash in. That might facilitate one major move on deadline day. This would be the greatest of great escapes right here. Now, we have left this to the extreme last minute. As you probably could already tell, it is going to be Jadon Sancho. We're going to try and attempt to sign. We are never going to pay that release clause. Yeah, we aren't going to pay that Lewandowski money for Jadon Sancho, but hopefully we can get him below 100 million. That is the main goal. We're 96 straight away. Let's see, 96 off the bat. Oh, they could accept that. 96 straight away. Okay, I thought we were going to be negotiating for so much longer there, but Borussia Dortmund are fine with that. I'm praying to the Karimo gods right now. We need a miracle to happen. He's already getting 84k a week. I think we could stretch it out to 100. I think 100 might do the trick here. We're going to go with 100k a week. We're going to delegate and see if that deal can be pulled off within the last 5 hours. And finally, he has arrived, being presented in front of the fans. And I thought for a second we were going to make nothing of this yellow color transfer window, but we've made the most of it here with a Borussia Dortmund signing. Obviously, there weren't really too many avenues we could have gone down. And the English boy wonder, the golden boy, already 88 rated at 19 years of age. He's going to slot straight into the starting 11 in at right wing. And Jadon Sancho is now officially joined in at Old Trafford with 3 hours left to spare. I'm sorry, Greenwood, but your time is up at that right mid spot. Jadon Sancho will happily take your place, and that front three, that could terrify every single defense in the league. I was considering selling Pogba to fund that Sancho move, but thankfully we didn't have to. We should be looking rejuvenated for Season 2 and the fresh new color transfers to come in there, but I'm happy to end off deadline day like that, our one and only yellow transfer. You all saw it happen, you all knew it was coming, and we're going to progress all the way to the end of Season 1. Alright, Season 1 is over the line. We've managed to salvage ourselves a Champions League qualification. We finish in 4th, 10 points behind Spurs, Man City, and the champions Liverpool. Wolves finish in 5th. 6th and 7th is Arsenal and Chelsea. I guess our red and yellow color transfers ended up pulling through at the end of the day. We do have an FA Cup final against the champions Liverpool, so that'll be an interesting day out at Wembley. We'll take a look at the Carabao Cup. Wolves ended up winning that, so I guess they were the underdogs for this season. They come out on top in that one. And then the Europa League, we finish up in the final. We have got a European clash against Lazio. Based from what we saw at the halfway stage, I mean, we have done a complete 180. We've turned things around, and we are looking damn right dangerous going into this one. An FA Cup final. Can we get a bit of silverware on the way in this one color transfer only? And Liverpool, unfortunately, get the 2-0 victory. Robertson and Roberto Firmino, the lads just did not show up. We have a Europa League final to get to as well. We've got to brush that FA Cup final defeat away. Lazio should definitely not be underestimated. It is the exact same team going into it. Hopefully, we're playing for pride. I mean, we've already qualified for the Champions League. I want to at least finish this season off with at least one trophy in the bag. And oh my goodness me, it is Robert Lewandowski going ham, causing havoc with a hat-trick in the final. Rashford getting in amongst the action as well, but it was all done and dusted by the first half, and single-handedly wins us the Europa League final. I'm more than pleased with that performance. The man is sitting right next to the trophy, as he should. Now it is time to look at our main performers this season, and of course, we spent 9 figures on him. He better have returned us back with some glorious goals, and he has 36 goals, 8 assists in 63 appearances. Lewandowski awarded our top goal scorer, and Bruno Fernandes coming in with the goals and assists. Double figures in both departments, 59 goal contributions in 68 appearances. Marcus Rashford as well had a goal in the Europa League final, 23 goals, 7 assists, 30 goal contributions alongside Paul Pogba, who we were just about to sell. Luckily, we didn't, because he provided us with 22 goals, 15 assists. Jadon Sancho, who did arrive in January. I mean, he's got to adapt to the league. He only just came 6 months ago, so we'll give him Season 2 to redeem himself. Thomas Partey, as we qualify for the UCL, now it's time to go into Season 2, a fresh slate, a new beginning, and some brand new color transfers to plan and strategically buy a few players, and hopefully we can charge up the Premier League table and get that trophy. Summer of 2020, it is our 3rd transfer window, the start of the brand new season. It is going to be blue, and we have £281 million to spend on blue transfers only. Another primary color which should give us a bit more leeway, but that is easier said than done. We've got some beautiful resources to spend. Now let's go ahead and execute our game plan. Now here is another area of the challenge that I need a bit of assistance on. Give me some feedback below. I've gone in for Clement Lenglet alongside another few centre backs here. That these ones are obvious. They're blue. They're blue at heart. The Lenglet situation though, Barcelona, they're red and blue. They're kind of the two in between, and it seems like there can be at any point in differentiation right here. We could also sign it. We could have signed him in the red segment. We can sign him right now in the blue segment. But what I feel like would be a great differentiator is also their national team. France, wearing that blue national team kit, can also allow us to go in for players that, say, have that 50-50 split about them, but the national team sets them apart. And as we teased earlier, it is the confirmation of a brand new centre-back purchase here in the transfer window of the colour blue. It is the era of new defenders, and Clement Lenglet joins over from Barcelona. We gave him the benefit of the doubt for £68 million. The new 25-year-old will slot straight into our backline and be a brand new starting centre back. We finally reach an agreement with our second signing, which beautifully complements Lenglet at the back. They'll form a formidable duo, no doubts about that, but the Brazilian Marquinhos arrives for £75 million, upgrading the likes of Maguire and Lindelof at the back. Again, another satisfying blue transfer. Another solid defensive unit joins us here at the club, and that should shore us up a few goals this season. N'Golo Kante, I was watching the Leicester City documentary last night. It was inspirational, and I want to win a Premier League title, but we do have Pogba. I'm going to slightly lean towards Christian Eriksen for this one. He's going to count as another blue transfer. Surely we can negotiate his contract while he was getting 115k a week at Inter. We're going to go ahead and delegate that contract right there for the Dane, and he might be a brand new piece of the puzzle in midfield. Negotiations were over. Eriksen has accepted his deal, and finally we have made him a Red Devil, arriving over from Inter Milan, and the Dane will be a great little addition in the midfield department. The summer transfer window, always productive, always useful, and the blue colours have pulled through again. Sorry, Kante, we couldn't make that one happen. And the Great Dane makes his entrance upon Old Trafford. Could he be the difference between us winning major silverware, getting a hold of the Premier League title this year, £70 million? You all know the deal. He's returning back to England. He's going to come back with a vengeance. It would be a major power move if we took hold of Coutinho, obviously an ex-Liverpool player. However, I'm leaning more towards Luis Alberto. He can play at centre forward as well, so he can replace Lewandowski. I'll let you know how the negotiations go. And finally, we've made the decision. We've pulled the trigger, and Luis Alberto has come to join us here at United. Another blue transfer. We have come through, and we are living life right now as we've pulled off 4 blue transfers in this summer window for 48.2 million, a super sub, an impact player off the bench. Hopefully, he can be a great backup for Lewandowski if he needs some rest or if he's injured, and just provides us with a bit more quality, a bit more depth in the side, which is what you always need. But right before your eyes is a complete summary of our blue transfer window. We did a lot of signings, had to sell off a bit of deadwood / younger players in order to fund a final 4th transfer, and this is how the team is looking headed into the first half of season 2. Obviously, we've got the black and white window coming up, but I'm not too sure how much business we can actually pull off. De Gea's picked up an injury, which is unfortunate. 3 blue transfer starters, 2 red transfer starters, and obviously our 1 yellow starter in Jadon Sancho. We're fully abiding by the rules now, so as long as that's covered, bring on January with our pitiful £10 million to spend. Now that we've reached the halfway stage, we can't get ahead of ourselves. Obviously, our main priority was the Premier League title, and we are definitely in the title race right here alongside Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea riding on our coattails. They are literally 1 point behind us, and our new color-coded signings are putting together a very nice title run over in the FA Cup. We are still in that competition. The Carabao Cup, no, we got knocked out of that one, 1-0 to Spurs. And over in our Champions League group, Group D, we remain undefeated alongside the likes of Dortmund, Porto, and Dynamo Kiev. 14 points, sitting on top, qualifying for the round of 16, and we face Inter, so Eriksen's former side, and a team we've also faced in the Europa. Now, after a bit more in-depth scouting and actual research, we've probably got a few more black and white color-coded transfers we could go for. I just don't think we have the funds. I mean, £15 million. We haven't got too much to spend to prove that we wanted to continue on building and future-proofing the squad for the future. We did approach Matthias Ginter on a pre-contract. I mean, there wasn't all too much we can do with a limited budget. It isn't my fault. I guess we went all out in the blue transfer window, especially this deep into the challenge and the save. It won't make too much of an impact, Kubo, but I just want to have a bit of fun and see what we could pull off. And now is the moment of truth. We can pull it off. Ginter on a pre-contract, and Sakafusa Kubo's accepted. The Japanese wonder kid is now the first player since Shinji Kagawa to join us here at Old Trafford. I don't deal with if buts or maybes. I deal with absolutes, and these were some of the transfers, some of the signings I was aiming for at the start of this career mode. I planned out my blue transfers, planned out the red transfers, planned out even the white and black transfers. Despite all that, there was still a heavy strategic element heading into this challenge, which required a bit more thought than usual. Now, all we need is luck on our side. As long as we avoid some injuries, avoid some nasty suspensions, I feel like we are front runners for that Premier League title, still undefeated. So let's see if we can even be invincibles. Alrighty then, that has definitely taken me by surprise. Not only have we achieved what we have set out to do, we've won the title, but also being invincible at the same time. 104 points. Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, and Arsenal finish in the top 6. It was very heavily contested. We easily had about 3 or 4 title contenders right there. Not featured in the FA Cup, and Bournemouth are the only team in the country that have managed to beat us here this season. I guess good luck to them. Fair play. And we also did get knocked out to Spurs, so only 2 teams have been able to beat us. Over in the UEFA Super Cup, the Europa League winners taking on the Champions League winners. It was a 1-0 victory. Get in. Now we face Liverpool once more for the last time in this challenge. For the last time this season, it is the Champions League final, and it's a Super Cup replay. What a storyline. Some fixtures just write themselves. Poor Pogba has received an injury though, so Thomas Partey will replace him. I'm ready for a fierce battle, some fierce competition. Obviously, this would be the cherry on top of the cake. Let's see if we can finish off the challenge on a high. It was 2-2, and then in extra time, it went the distance all the way to spot kicks, and we end up getting that dub, 5-4 on penalties. We only take dubs. It was Bruno Fernandes, Rashford with the goals, Fabinho with a 100-minute penalty. We managed to take home the Champions League trophy. Just focusing on the prestigious competitions this time around, I like where our priorities have lied. Our best performers throughout Season 2, and it was Bruno Fernandes, a signing we didn't even make. He was already in this United squad from their January business, and the Portuguese playmaker has 43 goals to their name, 2 years in a row with double figures in both categories, goals and assists, 59 goal contributions in 61 appearances. Marcus Rashford on the left managed to grab 21 goals and 6 assists. Robert Lewandowski kind of slowed down this time around, the 32-year-old Pole, diminishing down to an 88 overall, -2. However, he still managed to bag 18 goals alongside Jadon Sancho, who had a much improved season upon his first arrival in January last time out, and Paul Pogba, who was unfortunately injured for the final, still managed to watch on the sidelines though, as he put up 30 goal contributions. His output has always been spectacular. And now Anthony Martial with 8 goals. It was our brand new summer signing, the blue transfer, 8 goals and 6 assists for the great Dane Christian Eriksen, and it was ever consistent Alejandro Grimaldo in at left back, 6 goals and 6. Thomas Partey had to put a shift in the Champions League final. We managed to get the job done, so the Ghanaian managed 7 goal contributions. And I think that about wraps things up perfectly in the one color only transfer challenge. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to drop it a like down below, subscribe, turn on those notifications if you want to keep up to date with all the career mode content coming out on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. Make sure to comment down below. Always looking for feedback in the comments down below, so make sure you get involved. I've been BCHD, of course. Stay safe, stay inside, and I'll catch you all in the very next video.